Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm Kim McFarland, and I'm a licensed professional counselor and a national certified counselor from the state of Michigan. Today, we're going to be talking about the validation skill and how you can validate a loved one or friend who is currently experiencing borderline personality disorder, or BPD. So this video is designed to provide family members and friends of individuals with BPD some compassionate tools for validating their loved one's feelings. It emphasizes empathy and understanding while also encouraging patience and self-care. So if you're watching our video today, chances are you're someone who cares deeply for somebody that is experiencing borderline personality disorder, or BPD for short. Maybe you found yourself in moments of confusion, frustration, or even fear of trying to understand how to best support someone when their emotions are running high. The truth is, supporting someone with BPD can be incredibly hard, challenging, and frustrating, and sometimes you feel very overwhelmed yourself, not knowing what you can do or how you can help. One of the most powerful tools that you can offer is something called validation. So validation is the practice of acknowledging and accepting someone's feelings without judgment. It's about helping them feel heard and understood and know that they're not alone. So I want to walk you through why validation matters, how it helps people with BPD feel more safer and more stable, and some practical ways that you can use it in your everyday interactions. So first thing we need to do is understand BPD and the need for validation. So people with BPD experience intense emotions, and sometimes things can feel all-consuming, kind of like a tornado of emotions whirling around in their mind. Most often, the emotions are so overwhelming. At times, they may struggle to regulate or make sense of what they're really feeling, which might come out in a lot of ineffective ways and behaviors. And as someone who loves someone with BPD, you might notice that they can have intense emotional reactions to things that or situations that might seem very small or minor to you. And it's easy to misunderstand these moments, especially if you feel like their emotions don't fit the situation, right? Or they don't match the situation, like their emotions are much more intense than the situation might call for. In fact, you might have even thought about, like this person's really overreacting or being overly dramatic, or, oh my gosh, they're such a drama queen. Or you might feel like, it's not that big a deal. They just need to get over it. Why are they even stressed about this? But to the person with BPD, it is a big deal. And they're trying to regulate an uncomfortable emotion the best that they can. So this is where validation comes in. When we validate, we're telling them your feelings make sense. I hear you. You're not crazy. You're not overreacting. You're not being a drama queen. You're allowed to feel how you feel. Validation doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything they say or everything they do, but it means that you can acknowledge their emotional experience is real and valid, because to them, what they're feeling is very real and valid to them. And by you just simply saying, wow, I can see how much you're really hurting, or, oh my gosh, this is terrible, you're helping them feel understood. When they feel understood, this can reduce feelings of isolation, loneliness, alienation. It can also create a sense of emotional safety, especially when they're feeling out of control. Imagine you're drowning in an emotional storm, and a validating response is like someone coming along and throwing a life raft to you and saying, I understand why you're struggling. I'm here for you. This reduces the intensity of their emotional reaction and can actually help them feel much more grounded. Now, let's talk about how can you validate your loved one. So here's a few key strategies. Number one, listen without judgment. Just listen to them. Don't listen to tell them what to do, tell them how to fix it, tell them why they're wrong, tell them why they shouldn't feel this way. Just listen without judgment. Really hear them out. Even if their emotions seem out of proportion to the situation, sometimes just listening can be an incredibly powerful tool that you can do. Let them express their feelings without interrupting them or without trying to fix anything right away. Second, acknowledge the emotion. For example, if they're upset about a situation, instead of dismissing their feelings with like, it's not a big deal, try something like, I can see you're really hurt by this. This is really tough for you. And acknowledging their emotions shows that you understand where they're coming from, even if you don't agree with what they're saying. Third, validate the experience. This means recognizing their emotional response, while intense, is valid for them. For example, you could say something like, "It makes sense that you're feeling this way given what just happened." So validation helps them feel like they're less overreacting and more like they're feeling understood and that you are taking them seriously. Fourth, avoid minimizing or invalidating their feelings. Saying things like, "You just need to calm down," or "You shouldn't feel that way," or "It's not a big deal," are never helpful. They might sound helpful, but really it makes someone with BPD feel even more upset, feel more dismissed, maybe feel even more alienated and feeling like they can't really express their emotions or that nobody really understands what they're thinking or feeling. So instead, try to avoid giving those quick solutions, right? Try to avoid telling them how to feel or telling them what they should feel. Instead, focus on validating their emotional reality. Lastly, once emotions are validated and your loved one with BPD is in a much calmer space, you can help with problem solving. But remember, validation should always come first. First and foremost, validate, validate, validate. I can't stress that enough. You can say something like, "I can see this is really difficult for you. What do you think might help right now?" And when we validate and we're offering some problem solving, don't say, "I can see this is really difficult for you. This is what you should do now." You want to avoid that. Ask them what they need. What might help them? What can you do for them? How can you help them? They are going to be able to tell you what they need. More than you trying to guess or trying to give them what you think they need. So remember, validation isn't about agreeing with everything your loved one says or does. It's about showing empathy and understanding for their feelings. Even if those feelings seem intense or confusing to you, you don't have to understand why they are so dysregulated in order to validate their emotions, in order to validate how they're feeling. When you validate someone with BPD, you're building trust, you're reducing emotional turmoil, you're helping them feel safer in their emotional world. By practicing these simple validation skills, you're making a huge difference in their journey and in your relationship together. It's not always easy, but it is worth it. You're not just helping them survive in their emotional storm, you're helping them thrive. So remember some of the basics of validation, right? Looking at the person, making sure that you are listening with the intention of actually hearing what they're saying, and just validating that their experience is very real and very valid. And this will help make your connection stronger, and it's going to help them feel more supported in their time of an emotional dysregulation. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being there for your loved one with BPD. If you would like more tips or resources or want a specific topic addressed, please feel free to leave us a comment or send us a message. Also, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos to come. Take care.